Buying groceries and dining out can take a big bite out of our budget. Taz Rajan, community engagement partner with Bromwich and Smith Licensed Insolvency Trustees, is here to discuss ways we can eat well on a healthy budget. What are we Canadians typically spending on groceries?
Thanks, Carla. Yes, according to Stats Canada, the average person is spending $215 a month, which is just under $2,600 a year. This is just an average, so it gives us a starting point to either strive for or beat, depending on your own personal budget.
So you have some money saving tips, and the first one involves planning before we get to the grocery store.
Yeah, absolutely. Before you leave home, maybe take a little bit of an inventory to see what's in your fridge, what's in your freezer, your pantry. Maybe you've got backstock or cold storage. So just have a look at what's there so you're not actually spending money on things that you already have at home. You also want to maybe look at planning your meals for the next week or two. Make a list of the groceries that you're actually going to need for those meals and stick to it. If you know your store, you can avoid those temptation aisles, and you can even try curbside pickup. That helps you avoid temptation. And then my last tip is have a snack before you go grocery shopping, because you never want to shop hungry.
No, that's when the chips fill the shopping cart for sure. What are some tips for a healthy grocery shopping experience?
For sure. One of the tips is to actually look at buying generic. Generic and brand name tend to have similar ingredients, similar taste, but there can be huge savings. So look for generic. Also look for sales, price matching, and coupons. This can be easy to do and just as easy not to do. And all of these coupons and sales are actually available online now. So you can actually check before you head to the grocery store or even while you're standing in line.
Now, you say there's also a mindset involved with grocery shopping. So what do you mean by that?
Yeah, and the grocery stores sometimes set us up for this scarcity mindset. So they'll have, I'm sure you've seen them, they'll have those offers that'll be, limit 2 per person or limit 5 per person. And that makes us start to feel like, whoa, there's scarcity here. I need to stock up and get all 5, right? And then sometimes we end up buying more than we needed. We just needed the 1, but because it said limit 5, we take all 5. So just be conscious of that.
And I love it when there's a deal. I'm like, well, I need to cash in on the deal because I'm going to need it eventually. Yeah, not good. You have one final tip about budgeting and something called, haven't heard of this one, a Noodle budget.
Yeah, and I can't take credit for it. This is actually something from an author and financial coach who calls herself the Budgetnista. It's Tiffany Alecci. And what she says is have this idea of this ramen noodle. If you had to eat ramen noodles, let's say, for 6 months or a year because you've lost your job or due to a critical illness, have that budget in place, this bare bone budget, so that you know what that looks like if things ever got to that point. And that way you've got the plan and you can execute it if you actually need it. At the end of the day, if something like grocery shopping or, eating out is starting to really be a financial drain, it's really important to reach out for the right help sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. And if you are feeling overwhelmed by debt and need help, you can find a link to Bromwich and Smith at ctvedmonton.ca under Morning Live.